Now, this lecture is going to be reverse engineering some retail arbitrage buys, okay? Because there's a good opportunity, a great opportunity actually, to go out to stores and source great products that you can resell, obviously if they're top brands, because you don't have to manufacture the demand for that product, okay? You don't actually have to go out and, create the brand for a private label listing or anything like that. That's why I love actually selling top brands and wholesale brands, okay? The issue with buying like deals in retail stores is twofold. A, your invoices can be questionable because you're going to have to use receipts sometimes, and B, you're going to be gated in a lot of those top brands. So then the question becomes, and I'll give you an example of how I reverse engineer this myself and how I've done that in the past, is you can use a site like e-distribution to get ungated in top brands and then go to retail stores when there's deals or clearance or anything like that and source those brands to resell on Amazon once you are ungated, okay? So what I don't recommend that you do is spend a lot of money to go out and source like a ridiculous amount of inventory to get ungated in all those brands. What I do recommend that you do, and keep in mind, I do not do a lot of retail arbitrage. I rarely do retail arbitrage. Once in a while, if I'm in a store, I'll check out the clearance section. I'm not going out of my way to source, in stores. I prefer to sit here and source with the software and source with all the other things and tools that I give you in this course to make money right from my laptop and get the products delivered to me or shipped into FBA for me, okay? So keep that in mind. That said, you can reverse engineer some deals in those stores if you see a great deal to pass up. Perfect example of this was I was in a Walmart recently. And I say recently, but it was probably maybe 6 months ago. And it was or not 6 months ago, maybe 4 or 5, since it's currently March when I'm actually recording this. But this was right before Christmas, okay? So I saw a bunch of Barbies that were a ridiculously good deal. But Barbie is made by Mattel, and I'm gated in Mattel because that's a top brand on Amazon. Knowing that that's a toy brand and knowing that EE Distribution invoices from a wholesale manufacturer sells toy brands and Mattel, I can then ascertain, obviously, that while I'm gated in that currently, I can then go back to EE Distribution, buy something from Mattel, the cheapest product from Mattel that I can get ungated on Amazon, and then go source those Barbies, buy them, and make a lot of money on those Barbie toys because now I'm ungated, all right? So that's a perfect example of how I reverse engineer it. Now, if you like going to retail stores, by all means, you can obviously scale this method up. Reverse engineer it, okay? Don't get ungated first. See what you need to get ungated for that the deals are profitable, and then come back to e-distribution maybe after you bought them and get ungated in those. Now, I didn't make any money off this deal that I bought on e-distribution from Mattel, but sometimes you will. So if you come back and you reverse engineer that, maybe you want to strictly look for something like Mattel, so you can obviously go back into Scan Unlimited, which is the software that we've covered, and strictly filter in for Mattel as a brand. But what I personally did is I wanted to get ungated the cheapest, so I simply came over to the brands right here. So we scroll down right here, we see companies, and you can obviously click see more companies, and there's a bunch of them, but I see Mattel right here on the left right here already. So I'm simply going to click Mattel, and then I'm going to sort for the cheapest Mattel product that I can find and buy 10 of them, right? Because that's going to be the cheapest way that I can get ungated from Mattel, so I can go buy those Barbies and make a good markup on those when I ship them into FBA, because now I'm ungated, okay? Hence the reverse engineering of getting ungated with those brands. So what I want to do here is, now that I'm in Mattel strictly, I want to sort through and look for exactly, and I'm going to click show in stock only, and we'll filter cheapest. Whoop, didn't mean to do that. So right here, money lowest to money highest. And it's going to show me the cheapest options that I can buy from Mattel that are in stock. And this is temporarily out of stock, although that would be relatively cheap. That's sold out. This is in stock right here. So this looks like it's the cheapest thing that I can buy from Mattel to get ungated on Amazon, and I need to buy 10 plus quantity of that, right? So I need to buy at least 10 of these to get ungated in Mattel. Okay, your invoices need to be 10 plus quantity of that specific item or that specific brand so that Amazon will ungate you, right? If you buy 9, it's not going to work. So buy 10. So therefore, I need to actually buy 10 of these, and it looks like the cheapest that you can actually buy is 40 to 80, if I'm not mistaken. So you need to buy a case of these. So this isn't an actual brand that I probably want to get. So right here, you can buy 8 to 104 of these, even though they're sold out. Let's pretend, or this one's actually a good idea too, because you can buy 8 to 104 of these Unos. They are in stock, and they're only $4.95 a unit. So for me to get ungated from Mattel to sell Barbies, if I wasn't already ungated, let's pull up the calculator and see how much it would cost me, right? So the cheapest I can go is $4.95 because I'm only planning on buying 10 of these, and the least that I can purchase is 8 of these units initially, right? So if I buy 10 of them times $4.95, I'm only literally only spending $49.50 to get Ungated in Mattel, because once I buy these and I get the invoice from EE Distribution, I can send that invoice into Amazon through the ungating process. When I try to add a Mattel product in my inventory on Seller Central, I can submit that invoice and Amazon will ungate me like that. Then I can ship the Barbies in and make the money on the Barbies that I may have already purchased in hindsight, right? So that is how I reverse engineer retail arbitrage deals in stores to make money through getting ungated with brands and EE Distribution. You can do this with any wholesale supplier. You can do this with any store and any brand, assuming you know where to actually source that brand and buy 10 plus of that unit to get ungated. Now, like I said, keep in mind, I don't source retail arbitrage a lot. It's not something I really enjoy. I prefer to sit in front of my laptop and make money this way. But if you like that, or you have good stores that have good clearance sections or deals near you, this is another way that you can make money with wholesale and reverse engineering getting ungated with brands, just like I showed you.